Hello, welcome to the very first Preptober video. It is actually, is it the first? It is October 1st. I'm very excited. If you watched my Preptober / NaNoWriMo plan video, you'll kind of know what my goals are, but I'll link that video below if you haven't. But basically, I have a list of things I want to get done today. I have this morning while my husband's watching the kids, and then I'm going to have a little bit of time tomorrow afternoon, and then maybe some nap times this weekend to work with, but I needed to start the Preptober videos, which I'm very excited. I have an announcement. Okay, so something new, there's a few changes, but something new that's going to happen this month is I am now going to be participating in the AuthorTube Worldwide Writeathon, which is a really, really cool thing. I will talk about that more later, but I'll link the Worldwide Writeathon stuff below. But basically, I'm going to be hosting one of the sprints, and there'll be across AuthorTube tons of different people hosting more productive sprints or more social sprints. So those will be throughout the weekend. I think it's, let me pull it up and look. Yes, that'll be the weekend of October 21st through 23rd. So I'm going to use that weekend now as a way to get jump started on my draft. And this is something that while I am outlining very thoroughly and doing a lot of world building prep and everything so that I can move faster, it still takes a bit of time to get into the story. So I'm hoping to get some initial words done that weekend just to kind of get started, get going. And then once I actually get to NaNoWriMo, I'll be so many words in, but I'll still try and I'll aim for 50k in NaNoWriMo, but I've said this already, my book is not going to be 50,000 words, it's going to be at least double that, so getting a bit of words in first will be great. So that's my plan, to be ready to start writing by the 21st, which I think will be doable. I have 3 weekends before then. So I will share more information about that and what my plan is and what my sprint is. But basically, I'm early that Saturday morning is when I'm going to be going, so I hope you all show up. But I need to set up my co-host recruitment, which is there's a Discord, so I need to get that done. Let's see, I've announced it. I need to edit a world building guide video. I filmed this before I left on my vacation, which I'll talk about in a minute. Sorry, this video is all over the place, but yes, I need to edit a world building guide video and get that out. I'm still trying to do every month, so I'll have one coming out this month and one coming out probably next month. I need to schedule a sample stream. I've never streamed on my channel before. I've done streamed sprints on someone else's channel, but I want to schedule, I guess, a sprint stream here, probably one day during the week, probably a little bit later in the evening Eastern time, so keep an eye out for that. But then other than that, I'm going to start diving into my world building. So I want to give you a quick update on where I am. So I was just on vacation for almost a week. It was really nice to get to do that with the kids. We went to Atlanta, Georgia. We went to the Great Wolf Lodge down there. And it was a lot of fun with the kids. They love doing basically everything. The Magic Quest stuff is always fun. You get to run around with the wands and it's a blast. I will say that trip was exhausting. I had hoped to get started on some stuff and actually vlog while I was there, but there was no surfaces in our room to even do anything. I was basically writing laying down on the bed for the little bit of stuff I did get done. There was a single table, but it was small, and my kids took it over for eating snacks and playing Legos and stuff. And then other than that, there was one end table that had all of our drinks and stuff on it, so there wasn't really any space to actually film anything or get any serious work done. So I just focused on family. I had fun. It was definitely a few days too long. Our flight actually got canceled, and we had to stay in this hotel that was a miserable experience. It was, when I say this hotel was, yeah, it was rough. It was really, really rough. It was dirty. It was slimy. The first room we got put into didn't have the pull-out couch, which we needed. There was 3 of us plus 2 kids. So we didn't have the other bed. So we're this is missing the pull-out couch. So they put us in a new room that had the pull-out couch, but it didn't have any bedding. And it took them until I think it was 10 o'clock before they brought us bedding for this bed, but they forgot pillows. But at that point, we had just stripped the stuff off our beds for the kids to sleep on. So it was just miserable. It was dirty. I went to take a shower and I turned it like all the way to hot because I was like expecting the water to not be that hot. And I'm like, ooh, this is too hot. Turned the water down to cold. It got hotter. Literally, it had too hot and like scalding hot. And those are the options of the shower. So none of us got to shower while we were there. It was just all around a miserable experience, especially when we were supposed to already be home. And then, I don't know, it was all just rough. The flight was rough. The airport was really a lot bigger than we were expecting. So we ended up like, we got to our gate as they were boarding us. And the other like family member we were traveling with wasn't even there when we boarded the plane because she had to go through like a longer security line. I don't know. And then she like barely made the flight. And we thought we had gotten there like 2.5 hours early and we would be fine. So it was very stressful. But I was going to start setting up Campfire. But I couldn't because the internet was too bad. And I've made some plan changes, which I'll talk more about later. But basically what I did is I took my outline, which, if you remember any of my previous videos where I was working on this, I have basically I sort of did like the Story Genius method, but I had 4 file folders for each act. Act 2 and Act 2A and Act 2B have their own folders because they're about the same length. So I have all of my scene cards in here. And I've learned a lot since I did this on how scenes are structured. And also I wanted to do another pass, so I sort of printed out a new scene card template, which I think I shared in that last video. I don't know. But, so I basically have this new scene card template that I went through and rewrote all of those scene cards into this, this is the same folder binder thing I used for my rewrite. So I went through, rewrote all those, made sure they actually were scenes. And I wrote little to-dos if I knew I didn't have certain information prepped, like world building wise, like, oh, I don't have any notes anywhere of what this village is like or who these people are, or, you know, I need to figure out what type of black dye they would have used there, like stuff like that. So then I made a list of all the things I still need to figure out as part of post-outline research tasks. So I have a lot of stuff to do. I've started working on clothing, which I sort of have bits of inspiration, but I need to kind of lock it in exactly what the clothing stuff is going to be. And I think I'll have like an actual video where I go through and talk about how I come up with what clothing they'd used based off like actual historical clothing combined with adjusting for societal differences, because like this is a magical world, the society is very different than the actual society that like the clothing options I can choose kind of come from. I don't know, so I'll do a whole video kind of talking about that where I'm like sketching out stuff, but like sort of started sneak peek. So I need to do that. I need to make more maps of more places. I have some maps sort of figured out already, but I need to go through and do the rest of them for areas I haven't done yet and kind of expand on all of the world building there. But the other thing I'm going to do, sorry, this is literally all over the place, but the other thing I'm going to do is I am not going to use Campfire for this. I will have a separate video where I talk about this, but I don't think it's going to work for me, at least for this project. Like, the way this is going for me, I think I really need it on paper. I think with the way my brain works, I think that's what I need. I think if this, like, turned into, like, a series that I actually was getting published, I think I'd move everything over there, and I might still try Campfire for future projects, but the way my brain works, it wasn't working with that anyway. So I'm going to do a physical, like, Bible of sorts for my story world, where I can kind of copy the maps I already have. I can like scan it all into a PDF. I don't know. So I have a whole plan. I've started making like lists of all the different pages I want based off the notes I already have and what I still need to world build. So I'll do a video of putting that like story Bible together as part of Preptober. But I think, is that everything I needed to say? Let's see. yeah, that's basically everything. So I need to go dive into my to-do list, get that co-host recruitment thing up, start editing that video, and then see how much time I have. But I will check in later. All right, so it is Saturday evening now. It's been basically all day. I got my video edited and scheduled to go out this morning. It took forever. If you've watched any of my world building guide series videos, those things take forever. I already did the filming previously to this, like I did that a few weeks ago, and I did all the planning and prep and everything quite a while ago. But just editing that video took like 3.5, 4 hours, which they just take a long time. There's a lot that goes into them. But so that's done. I'm excited about it. I love them so much. That's why I do them. But let's see, what else did I do? I got my Preptober plan together for like my content schedule, because when I get really involved in projects, it's easy for me to just not really keep in the back of my mind what I want to be posting when. So I have everything kind of on there, the videos I want to put out. I think I want to have, let's see, I'm going to do a story Bible video, costume and clothes world building, settings world building, character creation, my nano strategy, a few other little videos that are not really going to take extra time. It's just really going to be me talking about what I'm doing and giving like updates. But so I have that. What else have I done today? Oh, I got myself organized. So I ordered a few things to get going, and I've been kind of just organizing and going through my notes. And I don't know if you can see this. Can you see all these little tabs? Those are all my little sections of organizing my notes for what they are, because the way I do this when I'm in this like world building phase or story creation phase is I just kind of go linearly, chronologically, whatever, through a notebook with my ideas. So like at the beginning of this notebook, I have structure research, which is the first thing I did preparing the outline. I have some general like world plans. I have the very early version of my outline. I have like my initial magic system notes. A lot of stuff that has either not been used or I've like rewritten later in the book. I think I have a bunch of pages where I like wrote out all the like character enneagrams. So like that's mostly the beginning of this book, which like if you see how many pages are here, there's not that many sticky notes of notes that are relevant anymore. They're mostly further down. But I have a lot of stuff in here. I have trackers, lots of notes, clothing sketches, map sketches. A lot of my initial like character stuff is in here. So it's just kind of all over the place. And this is why I was kind of really leaning towards Campfire or something like that, because it'd be searchable. But my notes are just all over the place. So it's kind of hard to find things. And once I get to the point where I need to like add more stuff to things, like I need to develop my characters more before I actually start writing. And so like their notes are like randomly through here, and that's kind of hard to reference when you go to start writing. So big thing in Preptober will be to move out of this notebook onto something else, which I'll talk about later. But I don't know. I'm mostly just getting organized. I don't remember what else I was going to talk about. I think I'm going to sit down and start prepping some pages. Yeah, sorry. I'm very scattered. I have like so many things in my brain of things that I want to do, but I'm really excited. I'm getting into Preptober. I feel really like, I don't know, very motivated, very excited. Yeah. I will check in later. Hello, I wanted to check in first off my outfit, which, can you see my outfit? My outfit is very old man chic, but it's very comfortable, so that's good. But okay, so it is a week into Preptober now, and it's been a crazy week. Like, I ended up being really behind in hours because my flight got canceled when I went on vacation, so I lost an extra day of work that I was not prepared for. So I was making up a ton of training hours, and I worked really late on Thursday. So my productivity was a little bit lower than expected, but I still gotten a lot done. But I want to give you an update on the week, an update on where I am with Preptober stuff, and I want to show you some of the stuff I got in the latest illumicrate box. Let's do that first because it's in front of me. But the first thing is this little like book like fabric bin thing, which if you can tell is like really cool colors for this room. It actually works out really great, so I'm excited to like use that. I don't know if I'll put books or journals in that, but I have that. I got these cool like book plates, which are very neat, very Halloween kind of themed, so those are really fun. I don't know where I'll put them yet. I might like put them up for display on a shelf. Who knows? I got these reading prompt cards, which not really my thing, but you know, another one of these little like book like storage jar things you can put like pencils and stuff in. I already have another one that's yellow that says art history, so I'm excited to have another one to put next to it. And then the book for this box is called The Book Eaters, which looks really, really interesting. First off, it's like beautiful. Like, look at this. Once there was a mother who fed on stories and would do anything to survive. And reading the inside fold here, which I'll hold this up so if you want to pause it and read it, you can. But essentially it seems like, so it's like set in England and Scotland, and there's this child, I guess, who consumes like the minds and souls of people instead of just books. So it's this mom's story of trying to protect her kid and like herself, I guess. I don't know. It seems really interesting. Oh wow. Oh wow. Look at this without the cover sleeve. Look at that. That's so cool. Like, isn't this awesome? I'm very excited about it. I actually think I like that more without the cover sleeve, to be completely honest. Like, which one do you like better? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, so I got that. I'm really excited. So this week, other updates. I went to my new doctor this week, which if you've seen my video that I'm posting, I think it'll come out before this video where I kind of talk about what I've been going through health-wise and chronic illnesses and toxic productivity and all that. Like, that's a bit of preempt to this, but I went to that doctor and talked to them, and basically, if you do not know, I'm sort of in the process of being diagnosed with maybe, what's it called? Clinically isolated syndrome, or MS, or some weird migraine thing, something like that. But I had that appointment, and he's putting me in for a lot of new tests, so I'm going to go get like a nerve conduction study, a lot more blood work, stuff like that. So, you know, I was feeling kind of like settled at the end of my last neurology appointment, like, okay, maybe this is just where we're going to be for a year. And now it's like I'm going into more rounds of testing, and this doctor basically said that if he doesn't get anything that leads him in a new direction and it still continues to sort of sound like I might have MS, then he's going to refer me to some new doctors up at Hopkins or something to get some more advanced MRIs and some more testing and like some specialists to look at it. So we'll see how that all goes. I'll keep you guys in the loop. I don't know. So that's put my brain in a weird place this week. One other quick update for right now is that my husband is actually setting up a computer desk over there, which I don't know if you can see it all, but there's like, let's see. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a ton of computer parts and stuff over there that he's been slowly gathering so that he can build his own computer, because he wants a gaming desk that's a little bit easier, because he's been gaming on a laptop and it gets really, really hot and like burns his hands and he can't play for very long, and he's gonna get an actual desktop, and he's been working on setting that up and looking for deals and everything, so he's gonna be setting that up this week. So occasionally he'll be in here with me. You won't be able to see him. He doesn't want to be in videos, but occasionally he'll be here, so some of my vlogs might be a little awkward as I'm like, hello, people, what's going on? You know, just, I'm not used to filming around others, but he won't be in here for like these kind of just like sit down videos, but occasional vlog updates he might be in here, so we'll see. But okay, so Preptober. How am I doing on Preptober? So I somehow am amazed at how little progress I've gotten done, which I've actually gotten a ton of progress, but I've been going through and moving my world building notes into my new story Bible, which most of that footage is in a whole separate video because I'm just filming like how I'm doing it, but I think I'm like a majority of the way through. I've gotten all my sections in there. I've gotten a lot of the stuff moved over. I haven't done much new world building, but I am moving it over into this format where I can update it so that I can go through and work on clothing, I can work on settings, I can work on the character profiles that I need to expand and stuff like that. So I'm excited. I was looking back at the things that I wanted to do in Preptober that weren't just that sort of stuff. Like, I think I have it listed up there. I have the Worldwide Writeathon, which I talked about earlier in this video. Oh yeah, I want to do a video where I can make like work on my pitch and make like a mood board and all that stuff. So I do really want to do that and save time for that. And there's also something else that I might want to do this month, which I will talk about more in a separate video if I do that. But I think I want to create a TBR book. Like, I've been really enjoying this happy planner that I'm using for my story Bible, and I think I might want to create like little like use business cards and little like slips to have little books that are on my TBR and have the picture of the book and whether or not like I already own it on my Kindle or a physical book, or whether or not I'd have to buy it or something, or if it's on Kindle Unlimited, and then just like the things that would lure me to read it, I guess, because I'm a big mood reader. So like some of the tropes that are in it, like what genre, subgenre, age category it is, and like maybe a really short like one-line hook. Because I've been having issues, like I've been going through a reading slump mostly because when I want to read, I'm just so tired and exhausted, and I don't want to like go through and trying to figure out which book I already have fits what I need. I just kind of pull up the Kindle app and start like browsing the suggested until something like seems like it'll fill that hole of what I want, but then it like rarely ends up doing that because it's just like a random book. I don't know. So I think this will be better. I'm going to work on that. I think that'll be a separate video that I'll do maybe this month. We'll see how much self-control I have. That may be something I end up doing like today or tomorrow. I don't know. I'm very excited about it, but I don't know. This has been a very rambly update. I think this whole video is mostly just like a couple of really big rambly updates, which welcome to the Preptober rambly update vlogs. I don't know, but I'm going to end this vlog here. And I'm going to go dive into some of the more world building I'm doing and all that other stuff. And there's going to be a lot of videos coming out this month, which I think will already be evident, but there's only one out so far real time, so I don't know. But yes, let me know how you're doing down below, how your Preptober's going, if you're doing Preptober, if you're going to do Worldwide Writeathon, if you're going to do NaNoWriMo, all of those things. But I will see you next time.